Ooh, man. Do you remember the times when the Rattlers sucked? Do you remember the time? For Willie was the coach. Man, look, do y'all remember? Because look, y'all be trying to fire my coach. Man, we used to suck. I don't know another nice way to say it. We just got to be real about it. But now it's up and it's Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
Mm-mm. Look, don't be touching my cup tonight. It's dirty. Look, I ain't gonna even lie. Brother had some Seagrams left over for Halloween. And he grabbed a little Bacardi lemon. Man, look, this is the Seagram's Wild Berry with the Bacardi lemon. Yeah, man. That's all I got for you. Look, don't take it the wrong way, but that one's good. But HBCU Digital Network, this is home to Herb Seward and the Black Techies. Also home to the Fangs Up podcast. Man, I ain't even lie to y'all. Look, I'm about to see what this Rattlers Plus is doing in about an hour or two. And I'm gonna get ready for this game. We about to see, might do a little something. But today a change has come to Tallahassee. And part of the reason is if you saw me at work, you would have seen me actually wearing my FSU attire. Just because I'm saving some for next week. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Next week, Classic Week, I'm wearing FAMU clothes every day of the week. Look, he may have to come up off them glasses too, I know they're his. I borrow them. But yeah, he may have to come up off them glasses for the Classic. But this week, I went on with it. But we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about some of these signings. Like, recruiting went real nice on your city. If you're a Rattler, it was a good thing. Also, the bowling team, we're gonna talk about some of their events, track team, baseball, softball, men's, women's basketball. I ain't gonna lie, I see y'all when the season starts. And when I mean the season, I mean conference. Volleyball. And then, of course, we're going to finish talking about football. I looked at that Lincoln game a little bit. They're not good. So we'll talk about that. But FAMU Bowling got the Sonic Boom invitation taking place. You obviously know if it says Sonic, then Boom. It's probably in Jackson. It is Friday through Sunday. That's probably going to be online. I'm going to give the SWAC and somebody some credit. And I probably might not give the SWAC that much credit. But normally the FAMU bowling games are live stream online. So don't be surprised if you see that. That's going to be a thing. Track got a signing. Look. We got a whole bunch of new baby Rattlers coming into the fold. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let me see if I can just get the window richer. Oh, let me swatch it over. Yeah. So you can actually see all these on the fifth quarter FQ FAMU Twitter page. You already see Ariana Latson. Not only she committed, well, these Rattlers signed. So y'all going on get these Rattlers some love. Your local chapters. If you see them in the streets, hit them with the customary "How you doing, Rattler?" And just in case you can't see it, look, there she goes signing. Look like she's a hurdler. FAMU track and field. Look, the rich get richer, and a new commitment to this program. Yo, That's something. Considering the plans for Bragg and some of the ideas that are had here, consider on the master plan, Bragg's supposed to become a track stadium. Supposed to get a new football stadium. So that can be pretty nice. I mean, if you consider where Bragg is now, you convert that to a track and field facility. It's actually a decent facility. Like as a football stadium, it's okay. I mean, it's good as far as the stands. The biggest problems are like the field house and that kind of stuff. But if we get a new football stadium, let's go. Let's go. I think that's what Kofi would say. I'm just gonna say. Um, so yeah, man. Well, congratulations. So let's see who we got next. Who we got next? Okay. Look, FAMU baseball, couple signings. Couple signings. So let me see. Let me get that back right. There we go. Joshua Bell, he signed. And I love the picture. Whoever did that, you got him at a good time. Like, got him faced up, looked up. I hate I missed this though, man. This is okay, it's not Orlando, but for those that are like my dad, it's Orlando. Like if you tell my dad or he's coming to see his son, where he's going to Orlando. He's not gonna say the real name of the city I live in. And I just say Orlando for that purpose. But this kid goes to West Orange. West Orange is actually in Winter Garden. Almost at Winter Haven. Winter Garden is West Orange County. I ain't gonna lie. When y'all come down for the classic next week, if you happen to be on the west side of town, there's a spot called Twisty Treats. My man, that's the ice cream spot. The other spot is Jeremiah's, but on the west side, the best side of Orange County, Twisty Treats is the place. Like, yeah, definitely hit them up. Also, if you already in that area, especially like Saturday morning, way before the game, go to the Crooked Can. Like Crooked Can is like a brewery, but they also have barbecue restaurant, Three Little Piggies. The place is fire. Okay, it's good. The banana pudding is fire. Like that dude, man, he put his leg in it. They also got an empanada spot in there. They got like a quick service dono place. And they also have like a farmer's market up there. So it's pretty cool though. So, but all that's in that Winter Garden area right there by, or not far from West Orange High School. So big commitment. You can see Rattler stays strong in the 407, especially in West Orange County. And so if you know kind of deal. So McCoy High School's on the west side as well. Another one. Ooh, another one. So you can see right here, Corey Fortson. Look, for some of y'all that don't want to be like, oh, okay. Another baseball player. And look, I like the little graphic there. Look like, okay, he about to hit something. So another guy, big for the baseball team. Oh, I'm sorry. The SWAC champion baseball team. Y'all got about 4 more months. I'm on your behind. I'm enjoying these championships. We only been in conference for like 3 years. Another one, Justin Lopez. I'm sorry. Another one. You got to say it like Khaled. But look, we get another one, Justin Lopez, infielder. Look, hey, baseball. If we had some freaking facilities, man, we'd be all right. Like, we good. But, man, we'd be a whole lot better if we had some freaking facilities. But another commitment there. And you can start to see where, all right, FAMU baseball, FAMU softball, doing a few things. Now we got another one. Now this one for softball. Okay, look at her. I see you. Braxton Battle, class 24. She is signed. So look, I'm proud. I'm happy or committed. She said she committed. So look, I'm hoping for this program to do some things. Show me something. Like, don't let a brother down. Also, volleyball. And they're gonna finish the season against Cookman. But before that, let's get us a commitment from. Look at this. Look at that. I'm telling you, bring in more and more. The rich get richer. Hope you ain't part. in the recruiting wise, in the recruiting space. Now, basketball wise, look, y'all saw it this morning. I had jokes, and I'm being real with you. I have very low expectations because I have a level of disdain or dislike for anybody. I'm a realist. Like y'all just, if you hadn't been watching the show long, I am a realist, and I'm not gonna lie to you about what I think this program is. It's just to get clicks and just to get views. I'd rather tell you the straight up truth and tell you, as Manly Woodson used to say, I'm gonna tell you like a TST is. It's truth. It's gonna be a long season, and especially until the regular season starts, and you're overly upset about it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really don't think you're a real fan if you sitting there. Okay, now I shouldn't say real, rational. You're not a rational fan about this team losing games. Like, you're just not. To me, we lost to Tennessee. So we're gonna swap mics. That's why you carry two. Cause I felt like this one went out like a couple times. And then they just be it's a Thursday. So sometimes that kind of stuff happens. Now I don't want to turn off. So let's see. There we go. Look, I know this was on. But yeah, I was saying if you're a rational FAMU fan, you're not upset about the outcome. You understand. You're real about it. And excuse me, you definitely understand that the season's gonna start off kind of rough. It's not gonna be the season that many of us wanted to be. It's gonna be a lot of what we feared. Be some tail whippings. And until the team kind of gels and gets together and grows together, it's not gonna get better. So that first game against Tennessee, 93-64 loss. Then Middle Tennessee, 93-48. And I sometimes the best way to deal with frustration and adversity is to laugh at it. And when you get whipped like that, that's all you can do, man. Like just you can laugh at it and you can understand it. Now, man, 105-54 loss. Yeah, Creighton's really good. Number 18 in the nation. Like I don't know what to tell you on that. Like they're good. If you're getting upset about losing to number 18 in the nation like that, you're not realizing that we brought in a solid team. I mean, or a new team. Sorry. We played a solid team. How's it going, Mark? Mark sent a hi. How's it going? And look, man, you talk, I talk back. But again, if you're a real basketball fan, you understand when you play high level teams like Creighton, you're gonna catch a L. Like it kind of is what it is. Like we can be honest about it, or we can lie. Let's be real. So yeah, once conference play starts, it's gonna get a lot better. But until then, it's gonna be kind of rough. So, I'm pretty sure that's my former student, Martin. How's it going, Martin? Miss you in class, man. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Season wise, basketball is gonna be basketball. Now, men's basketball, they're playing right now. We have the University of Nebraska. Good luck. I think it's gonna be another L. Just gonna be real about that. I can lie to you, or I can tell you the truth. Now, as far as the volleyball team, look, we got BCU on Friday. I need that win. I need that. Like we ruined their senior night. They can't be getting no get back on me. I don't want that. especially going to the classic. Going to the classic week, I want to be able to talk trash. I want to be able to talk all the trash, all the noise. I want to have some fun, big smoke. Like, I'm here for it. We're going to be able to see what it's going to be. Now, football. Look, I almost ruined it. I ain't going to lie. I want to make me small and make them big. Courtesy, HBCU game day. Look, they didn't pay me to say this. I'm just, you see it. I see it. Wekiva High School's own Junior Muratovic. If you're not familiar, Wekiva High School is here in Orange County, but they are the Mustangs. Junior will be starting. This is not his first start. Junior started after that, first OBC, kind of struggled. Now you're going to play against a team in Lincoln where you really should win. Like, this is a game where there are no excuses. When you watch this game, you watch this team, you're going to see why. Now, why is that? Because Lincoln's not very good, and Lincoln is literally playing with one arm tied behind their backs. They are a Division II team, 0-11 on the season. Head coach is also athletic director. They play no home games. Now, when I watched it, be honest with y'all, I watched the Southern Utah game, and that was the last game they played. It was okay, but I will say this about their offense: it's a spread. And one of the first thing I noticed, they're going to challenge your DBs. But then I started looking, and I paid a little more attention. And it wasn't so much that they were challenging the DBs; it was more so that they were trying to use the spread offense and the concepts of the spread to be able to spread out the defense so that they could give their offensive line some help, because their offensive, we could just keep it a whole buck. Their offensive line is extremely overmatched, and especially going against FAMU's defensive line, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be a fun game for them. And you're going to kind of watch, even when you watch that Southern Utah game, you notice size-wise, the Jimmies and the Joes ain't there. Now, offensive line, it wasn't quite as drastic. But again, offensively, I didn't see it. Now, their quarterback, I kind of liked him. If I'm being real with it, I kind of like him as a quarterback. Is he accurate? Not really. Is he the best quarterback on the field? Not at all. But does he make do with what he has? He kind of does. He was all right. One of the things that I liked about him and watching his game, he was willing to take the ball and just run. Hey, I get what I get. If I don't get much, that's enough. But it was actually refreshing to see that. And he's a dual threat quarterback. But again, he ain't no Dan Marino. A little more Chad Pennington. He ain't got a strongest arm. It's not, the ball will get there, but just barely. He threw a lot of wounded ducks. And if I'm a corner in this game, I'm playing FAMU, man, my eyes are this big. I'm over there looking like, oh, we're gonna throw a pick. I'm just waiting to get me one. Now, what? Because their offensive line is going to struggle against our D line, even with what we're going to do. And we're going to run a zone defense, but you're going to be able to put so much in front of you in this game that you ought to get some highlights. There ought to be some people dancing, Billy White shoes, Sims moments, doing the hump, the butt, whatever else you want to call it. But look, the Marching 100 should be tired right in this game. All right, we did everything we could. I just think that they do run the ball, but even against Southern Utah, they were getting stuffed. And I didn't think the defensive line was as good as FAMU's when I looked at Southern Utah and compared them to FAMU. I definitely felt like FAMU's team was better. Now, what you did see in the Southern Utah game, that was very telling, was that they had some penalties that actually kept Lincoln in the game longer than they should have. You have to mitigate that. Right? We've seen where FAMU in the last game, we hit over 100 yards in penalties. Can't have that. You got to cut that out, got to cut that down. But you also can start to look like, hey, respect is given when respect is earned. But offensively, man, it's a struggle for me to sit up there and respect them. Like outside of the fact that they're men, that's all you're getting out of me. Like, look, let me hit my. I told y'all, Bacardi lemon and the little spritzer thing, whatever things. Man, yeah, that makes it. Yeah, that made it. That's the berry. It ain't smearing off one of them. Anyways, but what's yeah, yeah. I ain't driving nowhere. But it was just kind of interesting to watch. I think FAMU's position for position is not even close. Now, defensively, run the ball. Like, what's the little thing where it's like do run? That's it. Like, honestly, and I think that's part of why Junior plays is because this is a game where you could literally run for 500 yards. Just look at their D line versus your O line. You're gonna have backups playing across the offensive line. You should still road grade these guys and move them all across the field. They are very undersized. They're gonna try to shoot gaps. You're gonna have to stay gap sound, limit penalties. Well, you can really run the ball all day and tomorrow morning. Like it should be anything less than 220 yards rushing is unacceptable. That's just me. Passing wise, if Junior gives me 175, I'm good. And that's not speaking like against Junior. Y'all know I like Junior. Like I'm okay with Junior. But at the same point, this is a game where I think Junior can put up some decent stats. I think this is a game where I said last week, I don't need to see Musa. And I was okay with Musa playing until halftime. Musa not playing at all is even better. And it's not because I don't like him. It's because I want him healthy. Like, I think a healthy Musa in the Florida Classic, man, I think that's pretty fun. Like, let him come out this senior night, sit up there with the family, enjoy the game. Like, I'm big on that. Like, yeah. So if my mom's watching, I gave the parking pass to my cousin. She'll have it up there Friday. But yeah, it's like that's where I'm at with that. Receiver wise, their secondary didn't show me much. Like I'm just being real with y'all. Like again, y'all know I'm gonna be real with you for a lot of you. I don't think their secondary is below average, but this is a secondary you should dominate. Like you're out talenting this team. You're at home. It's senior night. Like all these different things. And how's it going, Tambra? Good to see you again. But it's just one of those games where I think you should blow them out. Like there's no position here where I think you're not superior. And then furthermore, we saw where this is a game where you can fix some things on special teams. But this is the last game. You saw that you showed some things on special teams. You should get a block kick out of this because Lincoln struggles in kicking. Like go back and watch that Southern Utah game. You hear the commentator say it like 7 times. Like Lincoln doesn't trust their kicker. Lincoln doesn't trust their kicker. Well, I mean, the man said it 6-7 times. There's something to it. Just saying. And they did not trust their kicker. So in this one, man, I always hesitate to give a 50 burger to FAMU. So I'm going to say 45-14. I think somebody makes some boo-boos, maybe early or late, and the secondary gets beat. But I think we dominate this team. Now, part of this, I also want to talk about life before and after Willie. And look, you would have thought Willie knew this was coming because you watched the 2020 club thing or 220 club. Man, he was over there. I'm like, man, Coach, you ain't supposed to say all that. But hey, right now we're 8-1. Like, we're on pace for our fourth consecutive 9-1 season. But man, life before Willie was bad. Like, we had a half decade of futility. Like, let's go back. Last year, 9-2. Couldn't beat Jackson. Couldn't beat USF. I think Jackson, USF. 21, Jackson, USF, Southeastern. 19, combination of stuff. I think that's UCF and somebody else. 18, 5-5. Willie's never had a losing season at FAMU. Before that, the Alex Woods era. Yeah, no, I don't want to say coaches' names because I don't want y'all to like really think I don't like some of these dudes. I don't like their productivity. Alex Woods 3-8, 4-7, 1-10. Like, that's what, 8 wins. Willie Simmons has more wins than he had in one season than Woods had his entire time at FAMU. Like, yeah, trash. Record-wise. The Earl Holmes era, that was another dud. Look, 3-9, 3-9. Didn't finish one of the seasons. FAMU gets sued at the end. And I think he won the lawsuit for like wrongful termination, something crazy like that. Like, Joe Taylor, he didn't finish right, but before that last season, he was 7-4. Like, that 4-7 happened. I was definitely on the team, like, let Joe go. But the 7-4 did happen the season before. So you're talking about, we had, man, about a half decade of sorry. Like, I mean, we got it right before Florida State did, but at the same point, a lot of times, man, look, let me go and hit my drink one more time. We forget how good it is. Because once that's gone, guess what? I'll be like, man, that was all right. But while I'm drinking, I'm like, man, that's good. We solid. But you know what? The drink I had before was better. I think sometimes we get to be prisoners of the moment. I like you, I do get frustrated with some of the play calls. You know, the screens, especially some of the screens that look like they're about to be interceptions. Let me clear my throat. You know, never mind. I can't say that part because he's cussing. But it's just one of those things where when you're looking at a 9-2 program last year, 9-3 the year before, 9-2 the year before that, man, Willie just came in and flipped this program real quick. Like, and he flipped it in a lot of ways. He flipped it in facilities. He flipped it, not just him. Let me fix that. The facilities got flipped while he was here. A lot of that goes to the donations of you. Like, Rattler Boosters, they don't get enough credit. Rattler Boosters do a whole lot. Like, y'all go look at what Mr. Selvin Cobb's been doing. They doing muscle milk. They making donations. Look, go check out the Rattler Booster website. And if you ain't interested, just go check what they're doing from a small group. Become a member, donate. The National Alumni Association, you know, you got different groups that are doing things that are helping to push different initiatives. But you're looking at really the 220 Club and the boosters that are championing a lot of things. But we're also seeing where these things are turning into results. One of the things, and I work with Coach Hayes. So if you get to watch Coach Hayes' podcast, man, Coach Hayes is like that all day long. Like, he is literally like that. That dude is that funny all day long. But he's also that honest. And one of the things that we were talking about just off radio was how people don't often understand how investing in the program is what really turns the program. Look at the investments that FAMU was getting before versus the investments that we're getting now into the football program. But look at the results you're getting. Your donations, your contributions, whatever you want to say to Rattler Athletics and the groups that support Rattler Athletics are now turning into championships. you'll see where Rattler boosters, and I'm not trying to push Rattler boosters on you. If you don't want to, that's cool. But I want to make sure I celebrate them. All right, that's one of those things for me. You can definitely ask Martin. I'm not gonna ride you if I can't praise you. And I feel like this is something where, look, let's get him a praise break. You go back your tambourine and all the other stuff, but give them a praise break because you're seeing championships. You're seeing where, oh man, cross country doesn't have a tent. We're going to buy a tent. Cross country wins the championship. Dang. Okay. Players getting hurt. Muscle milk. Let's get the players some muscle milk. All of a sudden, championship football program. Like you're starting to see where the investing into this FAMU product is turning into FAMU championships. And it's just something that when you start looking back at life before Willie got here, it's very interesting. And it's one of those things where it's easy to look at Willie Simmons and almost see him as a prodigal son because he is the guy that leads Tallahassee. Like some of y'all forgot, like that's okay. Look, y'all know how I do. You can argue with you can argue with men and women all you want to. I argue with stats and argue with data. So it's an oldie but a goodie. But this is an article from 2000, really, bro. Valued recruits found in Florida. Simmons, one of 12 to come play for Clemson. So go check out Willie Simmons. Like if you don't believe me, just watch. Like Willie Simmons was that deal. Willie Simmons was that dude. Like Willie Simmons was mentioned by people like Mel Kiper as being a freshman that was a dude. Like, okay, you don't believe me? Freshman keeps Clemson unblemished. No, look, and it don't take long for you to get there. Talking about Woody Dantzler, then all of a sudden, redshirt freshman from Quincy, Florida. Like Willie Simmons was that dude. like y'all don't realize Willie Simmons was like an all-state quarterback. So yeah, it's easy for us to kind of look over and see like all these things have gone well for him, and we may not see the sum of the parts for seeing the whole. And this isn't me trying to like just do a Willie Simmons pat on your back special, but this is something to sit up here and say, yo, let's appreciate what you got. Like in the moment, you got a quarterback that wanted to come back to FAMU that really gets cheated out of the experience, that comes back and becomes a coach, and then comes back to FAMU, and all of a sudden, he gets everything that he really never got in college or high school. Willie doesn't win the state championship at Shanks. He doesn't win the national championship at Clemson. But he comes back home, comes to FAMU, and he gets a conference championship. Like, when's the last time Willie had a conference championship? Like, probably a high school division, something like that. Now you're the head coach, and you got, air quotes, national titles. Like, you go from a sometimes under-resourced program to a sometimes under-resourced program, but in spite of, you're still winning championships. Like, I think sometimes we forget, like just look at Willie's coaching staff. Willie's coaching staff has some of the arguably greatest high school athletes that came out of the Big Bend area in a mighty long time. You got Pat Watkins, who was a freak, like athletically, so 6'4", DB safety, goes to Florida State, goes to the NFL. Like, you got Coach Riz, he was solid in his time. Like, you start looking around, you got coaches who have connections, who have experience, that are all coming back to FAMU, and some of them are going to get poached again. It's going to happen. But then you got this one head coach that's kind of there doing his thing. So it's just interesting to kind of see and look at the before times and see where we had these guys who had NFL pedigree and all these different things. You get a guy who he plays arena football. Like Willie Simmons played arena ball when you go back and look. So he's played professional football before. But you kind of get to see that the prodigal son did kind of come home. And I don't know how much of that's the prodigal son, but the hometown hero, he lived it out. And it's not even his hometown so much as it's like the place next to his hometown. He does it in front of the family, where his family is, not far from where his mom and dad were. He's doing all these amazing things. He's getting these accolades. He's getting recognized for doing so much. And it's just, to me, it's really interesting just to see that and to kind of highlight. Like, that was one of the things that I was asking him about in the post game. I was like, man, what were some of the, I asked about recruiting, but just the growth of the program. And he was like, yeah, man, like, it's really cool to feel so supported. And especially from Gaston County. If you're not familiar, Gaston ain't the richest county in the state, probably one of the blackest, but it ain't necessarily the richest. But just saying how it's, kind of interesting and surreal to have this experience. And, just talking about how it's just taken a village for it to grow. And sometimes I don't think we in Rattler Nation realize we're a part of the village. Like, we are the people who promote our program, but we're also the people who make donations to our program. We want to see it grow. Answer. But then I also loved, like, I asked him about the FAMU experience. I think either I did or St. Clair did. And he was talking about everything happens in God's time. And I got to fix that G. I wrote small G because I was in a hurry. Big G. And how Willie Simmons, he could have easily, in my opinion, taken that time to feel jaded, to feel, like, I got cheated, this didn't go right, that didn't go right. He didn't do that. He was like, I'm appreciative for what it is. He applied for the job in 2015, didn't get it. Goes to Prairie View, resurrects that program. Then he gets the job in 2018, and he's thankful for the opportunities. And you're seeing that. I think the proof is in the pudding, because I think if Willie's not truly, I don't want to say thankful, but I think if he doesn't have maybe that connection he has to the area and to the university, man, what is Willie in Colorado with Prime? Like, is he somewhere else? Like, it's just some of those questions that you have to ask, and you have to wonder out loud, like, how long can FAMU keep this gym? Because for everything Willie is and everything Willie ain't, one thing you're not going to say is that he's not a winner. Willie Simmons is the winner. Point blank, period. You can argue with your emotions or you can argue with the stats. He's a winner. And in many cases, Willie Simmons has won more games in one singular season than some previous FAMU coaches have in their entire time at the university, which is crazy. So it's gonna be interesting, y'all. But this is my time because look, I gotta meet with some of the cats. We're gonna do a little something after. But HBCU Digital Network, this home nerd student black techies. We're gonna do an instant reaction. I'm gonna get with Brian from the ONG Strike Zone. See, you might see somebody you recognize again if we do a watch party again. If not, I'm watching from home. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't do Florida State, Miami. Don't do it. I don't go home for it. It's just not a game that's ever interested me, especially after working at Florida State. I told somebody, I was like, that is the one time of the year where they literally tell you, get off our campus. And I am so happy to oblige. I don't do drunk people at those kind of spirited events and those kind of robberies. That ain't me. So, but see y'all again, instant reaction. And then don't forget Sunday at 7 p.m. That's when we do the show. We did, if you're familiar with the old time, you're like, wait, the show's already over? Yeah. 7 o'clock on Sunday is when it is. And look, it's gonna be some fun to be had. Good to see you again, Mark. Sorry. It is Martin. Yeah. Also, Tamara, good to see you again. Hey, Miss Williams. So, and as always, man, it's about to be Fangs up, baby. Swag champions. Let's go.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal.
HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community. They also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!